Hey, Edson, Mayor Kevin Zahara here on April the 5th with another COVID-19 update for the town of Edson. 69 new cases in the province of Alberta in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 1,250. Significantly less testing done, so don't get too excited about that number. I know it's less than the last few days, but there has been less testing done. Unfortunately, 3 more deaths, bringing the total to 23 in the province, and our thoughts and prayers are with those families. And this virus does not discriminate. We've had 20, 30-year-olds that have died from this in Alberta. We've also seen somebody in the last 24 hours over the age of 100. So stay safe, keep doing what we're doing with physical distancing of at least 6 feet or 2 meters apart, making sure you are not going out shopping and browsing and going out unnecessarily to local stores that still may remain open. Get in, get out, get what you need. Don't take the entire family. We've had reports of large groups of people going to the store. You shouldn't be doing that. Only one person should be going to the store, and don't go to the store often if you don't need to. It's really important because the more people that are in those places, the higher chance of the infection spreading. Now, you might be saying, well, Edson has 0 cases. Why are we so concerned about this? Edson has 0 confirmed cases. That does not mean it's not here, and I've talked about this over, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's really important to get this message out. And if you're talking with people who are not taking this seriously on the phone or whatever, make sure you're passing this message on. Only serious cases are getting tested for COVID-19, or those that are working in the health industry, or those that are in the hospital. So if you have mild symptoms, you call 811, they're going to tell you to self-isolate. Guess what? You're not going to be a confirmed case. You may or may not have it, but you might have been out there in the community touching surfaces, talking with people, and that's how this virus spreads. Only until it gets into a serious nature is when the testing actually occurs. 5,427 COVID-19 tests in northern Alberta have been conducted. Yes, there has been testing in Edson, but once again, only the most severe cases get tested. So if we want to get serious, the really important thing here is not the number of confirmed cases in our community. The important number is the people that are adhering to the physical distancing and all the rules that have been implemented by the government of Alberta. As long as people are doing that, we're going to prevent the spread, and we're going to keep that number at 0 or at a lower number. But if people stop doing what they're supposed to be doing, we're going to have a big problem in our community as people get sick. And then, of course, the serious cases. Once it becomes a serious case, we're in a pretty bad situation. 48 people in the hospital right now in Alberta, 13 in the ICU. Once you're in the ICU, it's pretty grim situation for those individuals, and our thoughts are with those families. 279 people have recovered. That's a good sign, but we got to keep up the efforts, Edson, making sure that you're only going out when you absolutely need to. And I had the question, good question from Lynn, asking, well, can we go out for a drive with our friends if we live in different homes? We're single, we want to go out, get out, we're going stir crazy. No, please don't do that. Unless you can keep that 6-foot distance. Really not recommended that you do that. There are no laws right now in Alberta preventing that, but it is highly suggested that you don't do that. Keep that social distancing and that physical distancing. If you go out for a walk, it's fine to go out with your friends, call them up, meet someplace, but keep that 6-foot distance and making sure you're not socializing. You might have to yell at one another across the way, but try to avoid getting into each other's spaces. I know you want to get out there, especially as the weather warms up this week with +9 later on this week. Making sure those gatherings are under 10 people in the town of Edson, in town of Edson spaces like the dog park and the other parks in our community. Making sure that you're not congregating as you're walking down the trails and that sort of thing. We're going to keep an eye on that. We don't want to have to issue a state of local emergency like other communities have to institute even additional measures, because we really want people to get out there and get that physical exercise and stimulate their mental health. But if people are not adhering to the rules, we'll have to go that additional step. And we'd rather not write those $1,000 tickets if we don't have to. Edson, keep doing what you're doing. Stay safe, stay positive, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.